You're not just gonna wake up one day and be like, oh, I'm confident, everything's great, I score all these goals, all this stuff, like nothing happens. You're still gonna encounter that stuff, but it's just gonna help you find ways to get through it or get around it or get over it.
How do you feel like your self-awareness was before the program, and how do you feel like it is now that you've finished the program?
My self awareness has changed because before the program, I wasn't really aware of what I was thinking and I was just automatically doing it. And usually those thoughts were automatic negative, like ants into my mind. And after the program, like now that I'm aware of that I have those automatic negative thoughts, then I'm able to change them and think positive or neutrally and not automatically get into that bad state of mind.
And how do you feel like your abilities were to be able to think neutrally before the program? And how about now after the program?
So, like, a neutral mindset is to kind of just think about what the situation is, not think about it positively or negatively. Just say, like, okay, I lost the ball. I need to go get it back. Just think plain. And before the program, I was not really good at thinking neutrally. I would mainly think negatively and like sometimes positive, but mainly negative. And that would make me like dread the work. Like if I lost the ball, it'd make me like dread getting back because I was like, oh, I just lost the ball, and I would think negatively about it. After the program, now that I think neutrally, I can really just assess the situation for like what it is and then just go back and work hard to get the ball.
How would you describe your ability to focus on controllables before the program, and how about now?
Controllable objectives are like only focusing on like things that you can't control. Like if it's out of your control, let's say you attach your confidence to things that you can control, like scoring goals. Then when you don't score goals, then you'll feel like you didn't do good, even though you might have had a great game and you just happened, like the ball might have not bounced the right way. Then you will think that you didn't do good. So it's basically attaching your confidence to things that you can control. And before the program, I honestly didn't know what that was. So I didn't really think about it. And I wasn't really attached. I was attaching my confidence to things I couldn't control. And then that would make me feel not as good when I didn't reach those unrealistic expectations. And then after the program, I feel like I definitely have gotten a lot better. And sometimes I like catch myself attaching my confidence to like things I can't control. But then like that mental awareness quickly helps me like realize that I can't control that and I just need to focus on the things that I can control.
And that's okay, right? Like you sometimes be like, oh yeah, like I still am sometimes focusing on things I can't control. But now, like you said, you have the self-awareness and you're catching yourself in that moment and you're able to coach yourself back to focus on what you can control. What does, being in that optimal performance zone, what does that mean to you? And how is your ability to do that before the program? And how is your ability to do that now?
So being in the blue zone is basically like being where you perform your best and where basically you're just calm and you don't aren't really panicked. Like being in the green zone is where you're way too relaxed and you might be a little bit like overconfident and you just like don't really care about anything. On the opposite end, being in the red zone is like where you're way too like locked in and you are stressing and you can't like you're too tense and you just not in the right state of mind. Before the program, I was mainly in the red zone because I was like focused on being perfect and I was like a perfectionist and I just wanted everything to be like in line. And after the program, I think I can be like in the blue zone a lot easier and I can stay in that like right state of mind so I can like flow in the game and just be like calm and not worry about like all the other stuff.
How was your ability to do that before the program, to talk to yourself or coach yourself? And how do you feel like you are now?
So I think like listening to yourself is listening to like the automatic negative thoughts that you have and like the things that like just pop up in your brain that might not be the most positive or might not be the best for you. Talking to yourself is, telling yourself that, we're going to have a good game. We're going to do this. I'm going to have good touches. And the more that you start telling yourself that, the more that those things will start to happen. And before the program, I mainly listened to myself. I didn't really talk. So then I would just listen to the automatic negative thoughts that, like, I'm not good enough or I'm not a good player or stuff like that. And after the program, now I can tell myself, I'm gonna play good today or I'm gonna have really good touches or whatever it is. And that's helping me actually achieve those things.
It's like giving yourself a set of instructions, right? To like actually get the job done. A lot of times we think, oh, being positive is the most important thing, and it is really great. Like we want to be positive, but actually just giving ourselves a set of instructions sometimes is even more helpful than, just saying you got this, you can do it. How would you describe feeling prepared for games before the program? And how about now? Do you feel like anything has changed?
Yeah, I feel like preparing for games before the program, I was really tense and I would think like to not mess up and stuff like that. And I would be worried about like the game and that I might not do good and all that stuff. And now, well, first of all, I like started meditating, which is a lot different than like what I would think to do before. But it honestly really helps me like get in the right state of mind. And then I also started like visualizing things and like visualizing moments in the game and stuff like that and like put myself in every possible like situation in the game that I can think of. And also like getting in the right state of mind for like the first 5 minutes because that like dictates the game. So I just feel like now I have like pre-game ritual that I'm really like getting used to and am starting to like, and that helps me get like in a calm state of mind so that I'm not like tense before the game and I can just worry about doing what I can do and hoping for the best.
Yeah, and visualization can be super helpful too, of, actually visualizing, what exactly we're trying to accomplish in the game. Because, like we talked about, our brains actually don't know the difference of us visualizing us doing something and us actually doing that thing on the field. So it's just another tool that we can use that can really help boost our game on the field. What would you say was the most helpful mental skills tool in the program?
Honestly, I think it's the talking to myself because like my automatic thoughts, like like before the program, they really got to me and I really always listened to myself and those would make me think even more negatively. And I would also be telling myself like don't do this, don't do that, and that would make me do it because my automatically just listens to what I say not to do. When I learned to talk to myself, I learned to tell myself like do this. And then I would start to do that.
Do you think that it was beneficial to be able to discuss things in a group setting with people close to your age going through similar things as well?
Yeah, I really think it does because it helps me like be able to see that I'm not the only one that's going through this stuff and that other people my age are going through it too and that we can like all get through our ants and like all of that stuff that's stopping us together.
Would you recommend this program to other players wanting to level up the mental side of their game?
I absolutely would because it not only like helps, you're not just gonna wake up one day and be like, oh, I'm confident, everything's great, I score all these goals, all this stuff, like nothing happens. You're still gonna encounter that stuff, but it's just gonna help you find ways to get through it or get around it or get over it. It's just helping you become a better player and be able to deal with the challenges that you're going through.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
All right, bye.